This is lesson 2.1, writing and graphing inequalities. Your essential question here is how can you use inequality to describe a real-life statement? So if you remember when writing linear inequalities, an inequality is a mathematical sentence that compares expressions. An inequality contains the symbols less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than and equal to. To write an inequality, look for the following phrases to determine what inequality symbol to use. So remember, is less than or is fewer than, is greater than, is more than, is less than or equal to, or is at most, or is no more, things like that. You're going to be looking for these key phrases in your words to figure out which inequality symbol you're going to use. So let's look at an example here. When we're looking at this, it says, write each sentence as an inequality. So if we're looking at this, it says a number W minus 3.5 is less than or equal to negative 2. So you're just going to break this up right here. You're going to look at this and you're going to say, okay, this section right here, a number W minus 3.5. Well, I can write that. W minus 3.5 is less than or equal to. So less than or equal to, then you've got negative 2. So you just write it out exactly as it says. W minus 3.5 is less than or equal to negative 2. So let's look at the next one. 3 is less than a number, so less than, and then we have our other side here that says n plus 5. N plus is addition, 5. So just pay attention to the words and you'll get it. What you need to write. 0, so we got 0, is greater than or equal to, so is greater than or equal to twice a number, a number x, plus addition 1. Twice a number plus 1. So there's that section. That's writing an inequality. Okay, now when you're looking at sketching the graphs of linear inequalities, a solution of an inequality is a value that makes the inequality true. An inequality can have more than one solution. The set of solutions of an inequality is called the solution set. So what you're looking here is the value of x is negative 6. You just plug that negative 6 in for x. Negative 6 plus 5 is negative 1. Is negative 1 greater than or equal to negative 2? Yes, it is, so that's true. What about negative 7? Negative 7 plus 5 gives you negative 2. Is that greater than or equal to negative 2? Well, yeah, it's equal to, so that one works. How about negative 8? We end up with negative 3. Is negative 3 greater than or equal to negative 2? No, it's not, so then we know that that's not in the inequality. So let's look at to tell whether or not these are a solution. Tell whether negative 4 is a solution for each inequality. So let's put in negative 4 plus 8. Okay, there we go. Is less than negative 3. Well, negative 4 plus 8 is going to give us a positive 4. Put a question mark there because we're not sure yet. So is negative 4 less than, positive 4 less than negative 3? No, it is not. So this is not equal to. This is not a solution. How about here? Let's try if we put in negative 4.5, and now we're plugging in negative 4 for x, is greater than 21. Actually, this is supposed to be negative 21. I'm not sure why it did that on there, but let's see, negative 4.5 times negative 4. Remember, when there's no sign in between there, it's multiplication. So that ends up with a positive 18, because negative times a negative is a positive. Is that greater than negative 21? Yes, it is. So yes, it is a solution. So the graph of an inequality shows the solution set of an inequality on a number line. An open circle, like that, is used when a number is not a solution. A closed circle is used when the number is a solution. An arrow to the left or right shows that the graph continues in that direction. So let's look at some examples of that. Graph each inequality. Okay, first you're going to be looking at this. Y is less than or greater than negative 3. So you need to look at this. Are we going to use an open circle or a closed circle? Well, it's going to be a closed circle, because remember, open is going to be for greater than or less than, and closed circle has the line underneath it, greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. Okay, so this is going to be a solid circle at negative 3. So let's just say this is 0, 1, 2, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. So it's going to go right there. And it is, like I said, a closed circle. Now we've got to figure out which way the arrow is going to go. The arrow is going to go, let's see, y is less than negative 3. So where is the values less than negative 3? If you plug in like negative 4 here, negative 4 is less than negative 3 is true, so we know it's going this way. Okay, so let's look at our next example here. We've got 2 is less than x. Well, let's put 0 here again. Here's 1, here's 2. So less than is an open circle. Now we've got to determine, are we going to the right or left? 2 is less than. So let's see, would 1 work? 2 is less than 1? No, that's not true. How about 3? Is 3 greater than 2? That's true. So the arrow's going this way. Sorry for the bad handwriting here. Let's see. X is greater than 0. So let's put our 0 here again. 1, 2, negative 1, negative 2. Okay, so is it open or closed? There's no line underneath, so it's an open circle at 0. Now, x is greater than 0. I could plug in 1 is greater than 0. Well, that's true. Is negative 1 greater than 0? No, that's not true. So we're going to go this way. Just plug in numbers to see which direction you go. Okay, so now writing inequalities from the graphs. The graphs show the height restriction in inches for 2 rides at an amusement park. Write an inequality that represents the height restrictions of each ride. So if you're looking at ride A right there, we have, let's see, a closed circle at 48. That means 48 is a solution. And because the arrow points to the right, all numbers greater than 48 are going to be a solution. So let's go with, for A, that height, we'll go with H, has to be greater than or equal to, since it's a closed circle, 48. Now if you're looking at part ride B there, ride B height, let's see, it's at 52. Okay, so does the height have to be less than or greater than 52? Well, it's got to be less than 52. Could it be equal? No, because it's an open circle. So with an open circle, we have that ride B, the H has to be less than 52. So in concept summary here, representing linear inequalities, x is less than 2, open circle, arrow to the left. X is greater than 2, open circle, going to the right. X is less than or equal to 2, closed circle, going to the left. Or x is greater than or equal to 2, closed circle, going to the right. Get your notes finished up, show them to me, and get working on your clever assignment.